Hey,
Hi, sorry. I was looking at the link that you, or the document that you sent me yesterday.
no
Hi, how are
worries.
you?
Oh man, just in hell, but other than that, I'm great.
Oh my gosh. We all have to get sick sometime, right? I hope
That's
that,
right.
hope it's not too miserable. I was doing the exact same thing like 2 weeks ago. I'm just like, got hit with this horrible cold. I'm like, great. Well, I feel like shit, and now I'm worried that I have COVID. So it's like double whammy. But thankfully, nothing bad happened.
Nice. And yeah, hopefully I get results in a couple of days. And I'm not sure, but I've got things coming out of every orifice, so it's just, you had it.
Yeah.
Um, but I was wondering, I have your stuff up on my right screen over here. I have Dr. Dykman's in front of me. And I'm not totally clear what Dr. Dykman is indicating on his chart. Did you get a sense of what he's saying or the difference?
I'm a little unclear where some of these numbers are coming from.
Okay.
Specifically on, okay, so I'm looking at table 1. That makes sense to me. We have the confrontational, withdrawal, and mix.
Got it.
All three at the same time. And then we have then on table 2, we have rupture versus reference.
There's a table 2? Oh, there it is down here. I didn't even look at that. Huh. Sorry.
So yeah, table 2, which I guess is on page 3.
Got it.
There's rupture versus reference. And the rupture in this case is that the combined ruptures.
Yeah, so that's like the whole corpus together versus the reference corpus, I think.
Okay, I must have forgot that we did that analysis. Okay, so in that case, I guess my next question is with, I guess it's the second to last table. It's called table 1, but the second to last table on table 5, we now have withdrawal, mix, confrontation, and baseline, which seems almost identical to the first table that we looked at up top.
Yeah, so when you say, are you talking about on page 4 there?
Yeah.
Okay, so the one on page 4 seems to look exactly like the one on the first one, is that right?
Yeah. So what's the difference between those two tables?
It's a good question. Let me just take a look again. I feel like I'm at the office. Picture 1, picture 2. Hold on 1 second. Look at the first one. Okay. So the other thing I see is different is that he put the baseline in that one.
Right.
So the first one he has withdrawal, mix, confrontation, that has baseline in there.
And I'm kind of forgetting, was that what the hypothesis was presented with all 4 corpora? Was there a significant difference?
No, that's not a question.
Yeah, I think
we were comparing withdrawal, mixed, and confrontation, and then we were doing them combined with baseline.
Right. But the omnibus test was considering them all together. And then the follow-up post hoc was baseline against
That's
rupture.
Right. So the post hoc was, let me think about this. The post hoc was withdrawal versus mix versus confrontation. When you found significance, you did post hoc. Then you did confrontation versus baseline. Was there post hoc there too?
What? Say that again?
So when we did the whole ruptures versus baseline, was there a post hoc too for that as well?
Not that I know. Not that I remember.
I don't think there was. No.
Okay. Yeah, I think you only need to include in that case, you only need to include the counts, the normalized and raw counts for those corpuses that are considered in the hypothesis. So I guess that's the only difference between those two table ones, is that one of them has an extra baseline count. So, but otherwise, I think the presentation of these tables looks better. What specifically did you want to talk about? Now that I got all my questions out of the way, what specifically did you want to talk about in this?
Yeah, so I think what Dr. Dykman was suggesting was that your research questions that we had come up with versus his are different, in that we can go either way. He doesn't care. I'm still trying to figure out what the difference is. I'm still confused. Because I know what we did. I don't know what he's saying necessarily. I'm not sure if you have a sense of that. I'm looking. I'm trying to think. So here's his, because yeah, that's where I'm still a little bit confused. Is like, what's actually the difference between? Maybe we start with that. Like, what's the difference between your research questions or our research questions and his? So I think he's like trying to simplify it. Is that right?
So are we looking at the research questions on that first page?
Yep. So what I'm looking at is page 1 of his document. And then on my second screen, I have the ones that we had, which are yours. Here, actually, let's do this. I'll share my screen and I'll put them right next to each other, just so that maybe that makes it a lot easier. So I'm just putting a little dash in between. I'm going to grab yours, throw it into this document. I'm really kind of at a loss of what the difference is here. So here we go. Copy. I'm going to throw this right here. Put it right there. Sweet. Okay, what is that? That formatting thing. Oh man, please don't do that. No, that's going to be a formatting thing, isn't it? I don't know. There's some sort of ghost formatting thing here. I can't put them next to each other. Let me go to a different document. All those secret Microsoft formatting stuff makes it crazy sometimes. So I know. Can I just put something there? What's in the way? There's something in the way. I don't know what that is. Okay, we'll put it here. There's 1. Let's go to 2. Go here. Copy. Let's see if we can put it right below it. Paste it. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Okay, and I'm going to bring it on this other screen. Let's see what we can do. There we go. Now I'm going to share with you. Talk about, let's see, it's got to be this one, right? Okay. Nope. Stop.
Woo!
Stop sharing. One more time. Okay, here it is. Let's see if we can get it this time. Share screens. Okay, here we go. Awesome. So, wait a minute. What happened? Ugh. I hate when I have this much crap going on. See, that's not the right one. Is it this one? Is it over here? Okay, nope, it's not that one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I'm taking a second here.
Your research has evolved so much since we started working together. I can only imagine how many documents you have.
This is just a freaking circus, man.
The complexity just is exponential.
Oh, okay. Let's do that. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Okay. See if I can make this work now. And one more time. Here we go. Okay. Maybe that's what we've got here. So it says, so the ones above are Dr. Dykman's, the ones below are ours. I'm trying to figure out what the heck the difference is. I think that helps kind of guide what we're doing here. So what is the use of process?
By rupture type, what is the rate of linguistic and psychological process? Rupture infused psychotherapy. Okay, so research question 1 is the same, and that is simply presenting
data, right?
Counts or there's no hypothesis to test for this one. You're just presenting descriptive statistics.
That one is the same as this one here. Okay.
Cool. And so for question 2, okay, so since I'm familiar with the one that I did, I'm going to start with mine. Okay. What is the use rate of linguistics and psychological process in a general psychotherapy corpus? Ooh, and then Dr. Dykman's is, do linguistic and psychological processes differ by rupture type in rupture-infused psychotherapy? First of all, why do I have 4 research questions down below, but 3 up top?
I'm trying to figure that out. So it looks like research question number 2 is the same as our research question 3. So let's do that. We got that. So that's the same as this. Because I think that question is what we were answering as well. So we've got these 2. Okay, now we have, does the use rate...
The only difference though between the ones that we just highlighted was the term rupture-infused psychotherapy. Does that make a difference? Because I think that might be the phrasing of that question might depend on how we've conducted the test.
I think go ahead. I'll let you keep.
To clarify terminology here, rupture-infused means that there exists either one of the 2 ruptures or a mixed rupture as well?
That's a great question. And that is really important. So my understanding is what I think is interesting is that we're really wanting to just look at them individually and not like in combos, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping his verbiage means, and I think it does, that it's just, we're looking at mixed versus confrontation and withdrawal, not like any combos of those, if that makes sense.
So pairwise between mixed confrontation and the other one whose name I'm
that's right. Not like one and then the other 2 combined. It's just each pair.
Got it. So do linguistic and psychological processes differ by rupture type in rupture-infused psychotherapy? So we're looking at the whole universe of so-called rupture dialogues, and then we have categorized these different ruptures as mixed, confrontational, or what's the other? I keep forgetting.
So it's withdrawal. It goes confrontation, withdrawal, and then mixed. Yep.
So like of the universe of so-called rupture-infused dialogues, we now want to just compare these 3 categories that we've assigned.
That's right.
Okay, that's how I'm understanding that research question.
Me too.
In which case, did we do that?
Yes, you did do that.
I thought we were doing that against the baseline. But no.
Yeah, let me just make sure. But yeah, I think that was your first set of results that you sent me that were wonderful. You also did the interpretation on those. I'm going to go to it right now just to look at it, just to make sure I'm not lying to you. But so where did you do that one? It's under this one. First result. I got it organized. It's just my brain. It looks different. It's weird. Yeah. So I'm putting up the results right now. And this is from 826. But okay, so this is the one where okay, so we did the omnibus. Actually, do you want me to just share it with you real quick?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, let's just do that so that you're not like, what is he looking at? Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to reshare, and here you come back right there. This was your initial, and this was written really well. I used this in all of my discussion. So this is what you did. And then we did the post hoc on these two. I figured you have to click on them twice. There's post hoc for he, and then post hoc for certainty.
Right. Okay. It's all coming back to me. We introduced this baseline corpus later in the game.
That's right. That was our second set of analysis.
Okay. It's all okay. Now it's all coming back to me. In which case, I think Dr. Dykman's phrasing of research question 2 is a really good way to phrase it, because we're just talking about we're talking about the universe of rupture corpuses, and we've decided that there are 3 categories of rupture corpus, and then we just want to do pairwise comparisons against them.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So that got that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the screen again, and I'll just pull up the other set. Just maybe that'll make it most clear, is just to look at each of these. Okay, what am I clicking on now? Why? I hate you, computer. Okay, why are you not doing this? Okay, should be the first thing that pops. Oh, you are now. Okay, fair. Okay, so we're agreeing then that, let's go to the review tab. How many crappy things we have? Okay, go to review. Okay, so we like his phrasing of it the most, this one, right?
Yes, because right, I think the key word here is rupture infused, and that is, I think we're distinguishing between general psychotherapy, which I'm peeking in this next line. So like we're at some point we're going to bring in this general psychotherapy, which is what we're calling our baseline. So I think those terms are clarifying. So I approve.
Okay, so then let's make sure that these 3 align. So does the use rate of linguistic in rupture infused psychotherapy, that's the giant, put them all together, versus the general, which was that generic one that I had to create that sucked. So we put those 2 together. Okay, so let's go down here, and so that would be this one. What is the general? Okay, what is the use rate of linguistic in a general? Okay, so this question we want to get rid of, right?
Well, we are reporting the raw and normalized word counts of the baseline. So in many ways, we can probably wrap up or combine research question 1 and 2 the way that I had phrased them originally, wrap those up into the first just one, like by rupture type, including
we like this one.
Yeah, like maybe we could say by rupture type, including the general baseline. What is? Oh wait. Yeah, I don't know. There has to be some way to phrase that research question such that we're reporting.
What I'll do.
Sorry, you go ahead.
So we just need to somehow incorporate the general baseline.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be like by rupture type and including the general baseline. What is the use rate?
Yeah. By
rupture type.
What is the use rate of linguistic and psychological processes in rupture infused and general psychotherapy? So like that first clause is kind of awkward to me. So I think I want to start at what is the use rate of linguistic and psychological processes of rupture infused psychotherapy and general psychotherapy? That's like the best I can come up with right now. You could probably play around with that some more, but it seems like the key.
Okay, so this will be research question 1.
Yeah.
2, 1. Okay, so we got that. So this is going to be RQ2. Okay. And then we have, does the use rate of the investors provide?
So this is where we've pooled the rupture-infused psychotherapy.
So we can leave as it is.
Yeah.
So we like this. Okay. This kind of encapsulates the last research question.
Yeah. In rupture-infused psychotherapy, right. Yes, but we did do a post hoc for this one that broke it down by, I guess we didn't do a post hoc for this because we're only comparing two.
Let me show it to you just real quick, just so you have it. Just to reference it really quick.
Post hoc wouldn't make any sense in this context because there's only two comparisons.
So you did, actually you did pairwise against baseline.
Yeah. And
then you did pooled.
Yeah, so we're talking about the pooled one here.
Okay.
So are we ignoring the pairwise comparison for your report in your research? Have you abandoned that?
No, but I'm just realizing that that's a thing in this very moment. That's an important discovery of this meeting. Okay, 1 second. Let me show you this one really quick. And then I think, so I see what you're saying. That's a whole nother thing we could do is we could do them individually versus the general.
Yeah. In which case we would have to, I mean, we have the results. It's a matter of phrasing a research question to account for those hypothesis tests that we did.
So then this is, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. This is the comparison from just all of them together versus the general. So we've got that. But nice. If we want to get real fancy, we can go and do, see, which is get some more of your work out here really quick. So we can go to this other one. We can do pairwise against baseline and look at that one. That's kind of fancy. We can do that. Why not? Let's make it fancy. Oh man, this one is super fancy. Let's look at this. So we got share screen again. This is getting faster. Okay, so then we have, oh cool, we've got, start out with the omnibus, then we can go to post hoc here, post hoc here. Oh man, this is a lot of writing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
A lot of writing.
And I would also, we're like venturing into this danger territory where we're running a lot of very similar hypothesis tests. So like we're gonna run into the risk of discovering false positives. And we have adjusted for them in many ways by reducing the alpha level via the Bonferroni correction, which we've talked about. But like the Bonferroni correction can only do so much. And I would encourage you to pick either the pairwise comparisons or the pooled analysis and not to include both in your research.
Yeah, I'm going to do the pooled. Wait, what am I going to do? What did I write about? Pool or the comparison? I'm going to check that real quick. Let's see what I wrote about. You know what would be important would be actually the graph. I think I know what I did. 1 second here. So I need to go back to the pooled. Pooled, okay, there we go. I think I wrote on your pooled. Please do that. I wrote on your pooled. Let's see. So it was she, he, wait, no, reject, and certainty. Yep, I did. So I wrote on your pooled. So if I was to do the other one, I mean, you should see how long this freaking thing is already. Like, it's ridiculous. So the poor editors that are gonna have to work with me, like it's ridiculous. So I think we stay with pooled, if that makes sense. And then could I write another manuscript and do the other stuff, or is that too close? Is it worth that? Is it anything?
I think it's far too similar to what you are already looking into right now. Yeah, I think research question 2 and 3 are sufficiently different that you don't have to worry about running into the multiple hypothesis problem, but they are like under the same theme of what you're trying to research. Whereas if you introduced a brand new manuscript, I think you would need to include a different type of test or statistical model to probe your data. Otherwise, I don't think it would be worth starting a new manuscript to discuss yet another version of log likelihood.
That sounds good. And then I guess the last question is, we've got these nailed out. Sounds like this is going to be research question number 1. I'm actually going to use your language down here, which is great. And then we have research question 2 and 3. Does that sound correct?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Then the question is which table to use.
I'm glad we started with these research questions because now I have a clearer idea of which tables are to be used. In which case for research question 1 is going to be answered across several tables, right? You're not going to have like a separate table with counts because that's just too much knowledge, too much noise, I mean.
So we don't have to, so mainly we're looking at these 2 then.
Yeah, 2 and 3. So you'll have 2 tables essentially. Or maybe more right, we did a post hoc for research question 2. So I think there'll be like table 1A, which is omnibus, table 1B, which is the post hoc, and then table 2, which would be for research question 3.
Table 1, table 1A, and table 2.
Yeah. Table 1A, table 1B, and then table 2.
That's right. Thank you for that.
Where
so that would be,
the omnibus, B is going to be the post hoc.
That's right. And that's going to be answering research question 2, and then table 2 will answer research question 3. Is that right?
Yes, that is exactly what I have in mind. And let's figure out which of these various tables that we have down below correspond.
How can we just mishmash together here to get 2 tables? 3 tables. Okay,
so we have table 1 is looking pretty great to me. Like this is what I would imagine. This is how I envisioned table 1A to be. Table 1A to B. Oh my God, let us not confuse ourselves here.
That's awesome. Love it.
And now for the post hoc of research question 2, is that this next table coming up?
You see his comment here, this data is not correct because baseline column was removed from the table, but not from the analysis. Do you know what that means?
Ooh, okay. This data is not correct because baseline column was removed from the table, but not from analysis. I think Dr. Dykman is also confused about which, so I mean, I don't think we included the baseline in this one.
Okay, so it shouldn't be in there anyway.
Yeah, there should never, my understanding of like the original research that I did for you, like however many months ago, my understanding is that we did not have a baseline corpus and therefore we could not have included it in the analysis.
That is correct.
So Dr. Dykman might have assumed that this test included a baseline and we should not be removed. He is correct in that we should not remove that the counts for the baseline, they're included, but.
Do you want to know how many advisees he has currently? He has 25.
Yeah, that is
25. It's a miracle. He stopped responding to emails from me about a year ago. I don't ever email him. He just stopped. I'm like, dude, I'll just see it. Dissertation
I'll see you when I see you.
Just have to get FaceTime, otherwise it's worthless.
Yeah, and so with all, and a lot of his students are doing similar types of tests, so I could see him getting confused about who's who at that point. So yeah, no, he is correct in that if we included the baseline, we should definitely report the counts for it. But since I'm pretty sure we omitted or didn't have access to a baseline at the time of conducting this test, I think we're good here.
We're good there? Okay, so this one would be useful. Then I'll use this one for table 1A. Now, table 1B would be the post hoc.
Yeah.
Should we use yours as table 1B? Because you have
Yeah.
the
Do we
post
have
hoc table.
here?
Do you want me to share that one?
Yeah, it was from my previous email with you where I shared
Yep,
my
yep, I have it. Yep, got it up,
Yeah.
ready to go. Here we
Yeah,
go. So here's your table.
Yeah, I feel good. Okay, but see, this is when I thought we were doing it against the baseline. So I think the format of this table is correct. The contents of this table is incorrect because I was referencing a different output from a different test.
You got a person that can fix it. This guy.
Yeah, but the format of the table, I'm still like, I like the format of this table, but we will definitely need to fill it because the post hoc was going to be pairwise against all the rupture infused corpus. This did not include a baseline.
Because we didn't do this research question.
No, I mean, we conducted the analysis.
We did, but we're not going to use it, which is sad.
Correct.
It saves me thousands of hours of writing. So. So what would we say here? This would be baseline versus rupture corpus. Is that correct?
False. It would be it's rupture against rupture.
Okay.
So
thank you.
You could, yeah, yeah. So in that case, how are we going to present that? You would need a second column now. So I was trying to save on horizontal space by removing the baseline column because it was just baseline against everything else. I think we're going to need, so there's like rupture corpus name 1 and then rupture corpus name 2. Like you would need to add an extra column to specify which of the two ruptures are being compared.
That's right.
Thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So do I want to call it rupture corpus type? Any language you would use?
Ooh, let's see. Post hoc test results for pairwise rupture comparisons.
Awesome. Pairwise rupture comparisons. Okay, and then I'm going to add a row. And this really cool row is going to be right here, and it's going to indicate which two have been compared.
Right. And the order doesn't really matter. It's just going to be like corpus 1 versus corpus 2.
Okay. Add row after rupture. And then, I think I'm recording this, huh? Corpus name and indicate the comparison. And Evelyn said that the order does not matter. But I want to make it uniform though, right? I'd probably want to make
it to, like, not, yeah, you want it to be somewhat organized, but the organization is arbitrary.
So I thought, okay, sweet. All right, looks like we're almost there. So we've got this. This is going to be the refab. I'm going to refab this sucker into table 1B. And then, so we've got that. Okay, we don't need this. Let me stop sharing really quick. Let's go back to the other one if I can find it. And I think we are coming in for a landing here. So I'm going to move this one back over here. Bye. You come back over here, back to Dr. Dykman. Okay. So there's table 1A. And then we need to find a table B, which would be, okay, I think I found one. All right, sweet. I think we have it. All right, so I'm gonna go back over here, share the screen one last time, hopefully. Here it is. Okay, so then we have this one, which is looking at rupture versus reference.
So now this table is not correct because we want to just have the counts of each individual, of the pooled rupture category. So you'd want to sum those values. I think.
Can you give me an example?
Yeah. So you have here, because we did a comparison of baseline versus like the combined, the combined rupture corpora. So the counts that you need to report are going to be the sum of all those individual categories. So 306 plus 348 plus 177. So that's what we mean. That's what we mean when we say pooled, is that they're all combined together, and therefore when you report the counts, it should be the combination of all three.
So I'm not getting it. So I'm wondering, so are you saying that both of these columns are wrong?
The baseline column is correct, but withdrawal,
so
mix, and confrontation are
these are correct.
Separated out when they should be smushed together. And the sum of those values should be reported. Although I'm sure I did send you.
You did. It's somewhere. I've seen it. Yeah. It exists.
It exists. So, I know it has to exist.
So I'm looking at positive emotions. I'm going to go total all those up versus the entire total.
Yeah. The only problem is you can't. So I would say definitely find the original project file. Don't do the calculations by hand, because you can't sum together those ratios or the normalized. You can't just sum 12 plus 11 plus 12. That wouldn't work. So you'll need to find the original table for that.
Can I just show you that really quick, just to make sure this is like, I think, super important, so I don't totally F it up.
Oh, of course.
Let me stop for sharing, and I'm going to show you the original project file just to make sure I'm totally getting this. So close to getting this out to the editor. I'm just like chomping at the bit. It's done. Let's see here. So I'm going to go find your project file. We're going to go back to Evelyn's original tests. So there. Here we go. Results 2. Go here. Okay. So, would I look at the work frequency summary report or the log likelihood test results, do you think?
Word frequency summary report.
Okay, that's what I thought it would be under. Yeah, got it. There it is. Okay, sweet. So here we go. I'm going to share my screen one last time, hopefully. There we go. So here's an example of, so it would be, okay. So here are the total word counts.
This is not the pooled tests then, it seems like.
Okay. So should I pull the pooled one up?
Yeah.
Okay, let me grab that real quick. Stop sharing. Let's do that. Pull this one. I'm going to grab the pooled one. There it is. Boom. There it is. I'm going to go word frequency summary report.
Yeah, and that should be the one.
Okay, sweet. Here we go. So I'm going to need to look at this one here. Share screen. This one here. Boom.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay, so these are the totals.
Yeah.
And then these are the individuals.
And then you can see in the normalized counts is in the second tab, the observed proportions. On that, yeah, the second tab should give you the normalized counts, and then this first, the one that we're looking at right now, is the raw counts. But this is great. So like, wait, let's do a sanity check. Do you still have a previous table that we just looked at when it was split up into those 3 ruptures?
I do. How do I show them both to you at the same time?
I don't think I need to see it on my end, but are you able to toggle between the 2?
Yeah. I'll just put this one over here. Okay, let me grab that, put that up here. And then let's go to stop share. I'll share what we were looking at before. If I can, oh my God. Fudge. Let's do this. Let's do this. Someday one of my computers is just going to break. It's going to like
Trust me, I've got like no fewer than 100 tabs open at any given time. I'm one of those people.
Me too. It's ridiculous. Okay, so let's see. Which one were we working on? We were working on this one. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to share it one last time. Let's do a sanity check.
Yeah, sanity check. Let's look at the first person singular.
Okay,
And it should be broken up between the 3 rupture corpuses.
So this was the one we were going to use. And I'm just going to look at these numbers. So let's look at, what are we doing? Do positive emotion?
No, let's start only because I have it in my brain right now. First person singular. We see it should be about 800, right?
Yep.
832, and then the normalized count is 11%, which to my memory, that's what we were looking at before.
That's right. That is correct.
So I'm going to say this is the table that we want to use for reporting our results.
So this is correct.
Yeah.
Just let me look at a couple more. So I don't actually have to edit this then.
Yeah, not to my knowledge. I think we just had an extra table in there somewhere that we didn't need.
Okay. Review. Use this one. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So then we are going to keep this because we are just doing the omnibus. Here's the note that we need. Sweet. So we got this one. And then we have.
So that one is not, wait, so competition. Yeah, perfect. That's table 1A. And then we had table 1B as well, right?
Yeah, and table 1B is on your document that I'm going to fix.
Right. Okay. Okay, good. That makes me feel better. I feel good about this, that we've at least tracked down how your research questions correspond to which outputs we're using. Because we ran so many tests that we lost track of all the outputs.
Yeah, and then I'm going to use this one for research question 1, the one that you wrote here. I'm going to use this for research 2 and this for 3. And then, so what I'll do is I might just put it all together and just shoot it to you so you can do like a fact check real quick.
Yeah.
And then I don't think I have to change any of my writing because it's written for what we have. So
yeah, I know translating Excel spreadsheets to Microsoft Word documents can sometimes result in clerical errors. So I'm happy to just double check that those translations made.
That's what they call spot checking, just to see if it passes the spot check. Awesome. Well, very cool. I think that's it then. I'll get to work. Hopefully by the end of the weekend, I'll have it all cleaned up a little bit, and I might send it to you just to take a peek at it.
And we're down to just 3 tables, right? Weren't we worried about having too many tables?
Yeah, we were at freaking 5 tables.
Yeah, so I feel really good about how we've consolidated all the information down to something that is easy to digest, and there's no superfluous data being reported.
I'm going to tell Dr. Dyke, he's going to be like, you know what, we can get it into 1 table. And I'll be like, no, I'm going to stay with 2. It's okay.
Yeah, I think, that's reasonable. And I think that's consistent with some research papers that I've read, is how they've presented those types of results. So.
Yeah, he's influenced when I say Evelyn says.
Oh God. I'm truly
Evelyn
impressed.
knows. You listen to her. She knows. You listen to her. Okay.
Here I am so I have a day job, so I've got things going on, but I truly am impressed that anyone I can only work with no more than 4 people at any given time. Dr. Dykeman's 25 people. Insanity.
Yeah, legend for sure. Anyway, awesome. Well, thank you for your time today. I'll send you a Venmo, and I'll look forward. I'll send this when it's all cleaned up.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was great talking to you as always. And yeah, I'll review what we've discussed once you're done with that.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Evelyn. Have a great rest of your day. Okay.
Bye.
All right. See you soon. Bye-bye.